Thanks for staying with us for TV5 News at 9. Joining us this morning is attorney Carol Thomas from Carol M. Thomas Elder and Estate Law, and also Fuad Fakori, who is the music director and also conductor of the Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra. We appreciate you both being here. Such a treat. We are talking about this season's children's concert, and we want to start with the symphony really finding something special happening this season. If you could tell us about it and why families will want to get excited as well.
Well, this is a great concert because we haven't done a children's concert in a while, and Carol, who serves on our board, came up with the idea to really restart this type of endeavor. And we're performing a great piece of music, Rachmaninoff's Second Piano Concerto, and we're inviting kids from the schools to attend a specific performance specifically so that they can experience this great piece of music.
You know, the first thing I think of when I hear this is that this could inspire a child who's never been really exposed to great music. I mean, this could...
Absolutely. It can not only inspire a child, but it also, all the kids that are sitting there, that are attending, you know, studies have shown that really kids do better at school when they're exposed to this type of music. It opens up their mind to different things and cultural experiences. So it's a terrific way to engage with them in an environment where they get to hear a symphony orchestra and a great soloist performing a great piano concerto.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't realize you're a board member. How did you get involved with the symphony?
I've always loved classical music, and this is interesting to be talking to you not about elder law today, but I was fortunate enough to become a board member about a year ago, and I've always had a passion for music and a passion for children, and the students that practice hours and hours on instruments. I love sports, but it seems like the athletes get all the attention in school. So we're also actually having a showcase where 5 schools will be represented, and they'll be able to have a student that will be performing after the concerto is performed so that their schools can be watching them, and hours and hours and hours they practice. And I just think it's wonderful that the musicians will be honored. And as Fuad said, I think not only is it for the students that study music, but it's such a beautiful piece that if someone hasn't been introduced to classical music, hopefully they'll come away with, that is really gorgeous.
Yes, and especially to see fellow students. Oh, wow, I didn't know this. This person sitting next to me in math class has this amazing ability. If you could tell us, too, a little bit more about the importance for music for students. We talked about it, you know, the arts. This is a very important thing as children not only get older, but also kind of planning their future, planning college.
Right. So it's really, I mean, for me, especially when I remember my childhood growing up and the first time I experienced a symphony orchestra, what it really does is it forces you to look on stage and see people, 60, 70 musicians working together to fulfill a certain mission together all at once. And there are not a lot of things that we do currently in our society that do that anymore, where you have 60, 70 people working together to achieve one goal. And it really shows the kids, not only, I mean, there's the art, the music, and the enjoyment of that, but it shows the kids, it opens their mind to the fact that, you know, you can work together, and by working together, you can achieve a great goal as a group versus just one individual. So I think that's really important.
And are children open to it?
Absolutely. You know, that's one of the concerts that are most meaningful to me. When you perform for young people, you know, when I have my back turned to the audience, right, I can sense the energy in the room. But typically when it's young kids, it is just incredible because kids typically move a lot. And when they're engaged, it drops, it's complete silence. And that's when you know you have them.
Oh, how rewarding for you being up there. Now, Carol, how's all this information getting to the schools? Are you working together?
Yes, well, we have a subcommittee of the board from the Symphony Orchestra, and we sent out letters to all the principals and all the music directors at all the schools in the Tri-County area. So everyone has been contacted. But what I wanted to mention today, that if you have a child or a grandchild that is in school and they haven't mentioned anything, especially if they're a music student, about attending this concert, which will be in February, please talk to your music director and say, is it possible that we could go? I mean, there's no charge for this. I've been calling a lot of the schools, and their first question is, well, what's the charge? There's no charge. We're doing this just as a community service to let them hear the beauty of the music.
I love this. And is your orchestra excited?
Oh, they've
never done this before?
Yeah, they can't wait. We used to do this, last time I think we did it was 7 years ago, 8 years ago. So absolutely, it's a pleasure for all of us, really. It's one of those things where as a musician, you feel like you're giving back to the kid that you used to be.
All right. Yeah. Anything else you want anyone to know, families to know, rather? If they're not maybe getting involved in this, is there another time or way to get involved?
Well, I wanted to mention how fortunate Saginaw is to have Fuad as our conductor. I have followed classical music my entire life, and I am so impressed with this symphony, and that's why I wanted to get on the board. And we had our first concert last weekend. It was phenomenal. But I want to mention to the community, because this is such a beautiful piece of music, that the children will have the opportunity on Friday, February 6th to hear it. But Saturday night, February 7th, the night before the Super Bowl, easy to remember, everyone could get tickets and come to this beautiful concert. And Fuad is so amazing. Another symphony that will be played that night is Dvorak's New World Symphony, which is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So if you don't know what to get someone for Christmas, I say get them tickets to this concert. If you've never been to a symphony concert, this is the one that will be beautiful, and I promise you that you'll love it.
Oh, I love your energy and excitement for it.
This is
Such a passion.
amazing.
We're really lucky to have her on the board.
Yeah, well, and you know, I have to say too, you mentioned that you even work out of Texas as well, but you said there's something very special about Michigan.
Absolutely. The orchestra, we are really, really fortunate. The Saginaw Bay Symphony Orchestra is wonderful. The community is extremely supportive, and where we perform at the temple is just beautiful.
Yes.
So
Wonderful. Well, we want to make sure everyone can get connected as well. You can go to hot links at the top of our homepage, WNEM.com, and go to today's section, and you will be able to get that link to get those tickets.